Hi Libra, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. I'm doing a general reading for you. This is a Celtic cross spread with one advice card at the very end. That's the card over on the right there. I just have it in 2 rows for space, but this is a Celtic cross. So we'll start on the top left here. You got the 10 of Wands. This card represents your current situation. This is Sagittarius energy. The 10 of Wands is all about being overburdened, responsibility, duty, stress, struggles, feeling overloaded, hard work. It's also a card of achievement and the attainment of goals and satisfaction and gaining experience. But it's telling you to keep going. The end is in sight. Taking on too much, being taken for granted. It's about rest and regeneration needed, burning out. So yeah, your current situation points to overwhelm and heavy responsibility. You may be carrying too much stress or duties or emotional weight and pushing yourself to the limit. This card suggests burnout is close and it's time to lighten the load. So ask for help or release what isn't truly yours to carry. Love and care for yourself first. And it's funny because I just did a daily card and the card was Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? And this is exactly what it was about, if you want to go listen to it. And then your second card is the Four of Wands, and it came out reversed. When a card comes out reversed, it just means you're getting extra protection from Spirit. So this is what's crossing you or what's challenging you or what you're celebrating. Aries energy. So this is a card of delays, feeling unwelcome, a lack of support, a lack of success, a lack of teamwork, a lack of achievement, self-doubt, not fitting in, a lack of community spirit. It can represent leaving home, canceled celebrations. So as the challenge, this card points to instability or lack of harmony in your foundation. So something that should feel secure, either your home or relationships or friendships or a milestone, isn't quite landing. There may be tension, delays in celebrations, like I said, or feeling disconnected instead of supported. And with the 10 of Wands, it can suggest that you're carrying a heavy load without a strong support system or sense of stability. But it can also mean you find it difficult to relax or enjoy your achievements, or you're feeling out of place or unsettled, or a celebration or goal is not turning out as you expected. You need to rebuild a sense of stability and allow space for support, not just responsibility. The universe will bring all you need to feel blissful. And then your foundation message, the basis of your situation or foundation is the King of Swords, Aquarius energy. This is either you, someone in your life, or a situation, male or female. So the King of Swords has mental clarity, intellectual power, he stands for discipline, truth, authority. He's strict. He's a warrior. He could represent a father. He represents self-discipline, legal matters, integrity. He represents strength, a lawmaker, law enforcement, a judge, a military, a counselor. He stands for strength. So this card is saying that your situation is built on logic, intellect, and mental control. So this card is telling me you may be relying heavily on reason over emotion, or you're being disciplined, decisive, or mentally strong, or you're dealing with authority figures, or you're acting as one yourself, or you're holding yourself to high standards of fairness and clarity. So far, these cards can suggest you're trying to think your way through pressure and instability. You're staying composed, but possibly becoming detached or overly rigid in the process. Your foundation is mental strength and control, but you may need to balance that with emotional support and rest so that you don't burn out or isolate yourself. Okay? And then your fourth card is the Queen of Pentacles. And again, this is either you, someone in your life, or a situation, and male or female in a general reading, Capricorn energy. So the Queen of Pentacles is very supportive, a healer, stable, down to earth, warm, comforting, welcoming, a homemaker, someone who enjoys their creature comforts, is very practical, could represent a wonderful mother, and the King of Swords could represent a father. This is someone who enjoys the finer things in life, very generous, caring, nurturing, has good business sense. The Queen of Pentacles represents financial security and financial independence. So this card, the Queen of Pentacles, as your past, can suggest a background of nurturing, stability, and practical care. So this card can point to a time when you were more grounded and emotionally secure, or when you were focused on your home or family, or building comfort, or caring for others, and sometimes to the point of overgiving. Or it could be that you were able to manage responsibilities while feeling relatively balanced. You may have moved from a more warm, stable, supportive phase into a more mentally driven or burdened or pressured state. And it's also telling me you once had strong support or self-care habits that are now being neglected. Your current overwhelm may stem from stepping away from that earlier grounded, nurturing energy, or taking on more responsibility than the past version of you ever had to carry alone. And then your fifth card is the Ten of Cups, and it came out reversed. So again, extra protection from Spirit. Trust your ability to make a strategic decision is the advice with the King of Swords. And the Queen of Pentacles advice is you have everything you need to prosper. Okay? And then the Ten of Cups reversed as your immediate future message, or it's likely to happen very soon. This is Pisces energy. This card reverses about domestic conflict, separation, an unhappy home, shattered dreams, a broken family, family secrets, domestic disharmony, disconnection, struggling relationships, isolation, keeping up with appearances, neglect, abuse, dysfunctional family, a lack of security, a lack of stability, a lack of teamwork, divorce, rocky relationships, not wanting marriage or children, infertility, miscarriage, losing your home. Sending you a big hug if any of this resonates. So your immediate future card can suggest a disruption in emotional harmony or expectations around happiness or your family or your relationships. So this card is telling me that very soon you may experience tension or disconnection in a relationship or a family dynamic. Or you may have a sense that something should feel fulfilling but doesn't fully land. Or you have misaligned expectations about what happiness or stability looks like. Or you're experiencing emotional dissatisfaction despite outward appearances of having it all. This card ties strongly to the Four of Wands reversed because both point to instability in the emotional or home foundation. With the Ten of Wands, it can show that carrying too much responsibility is directly impacting your emotional well-being in relationships. You may need to release pressure or expectations or over responsibility before true emotional balance and fulfillment can return. You have all you wish for in your relationships, but you might not feel that way because it came out reversed. Like the second card, the Four of Wands reversed. The universe brings all you need to feel blissful, but again, you might not be feeling that way because it came out reversed. And then your sixth card represents the outcome that you desire most in your situation, and you got the Seven of Swords reversed, Aquarius energy. So this card is about confessing, a confession, coming clean, rethinking an approach. It's a card of deception, getting caught, cheating, regret, your conscience kicking in, self-deception, keeping secrets, running away from consequences. This can be a card of military again coming up. So the outcome, let me just fix this. The outcome that you desire most in your situation is telling me you want honesty or clarity or relief from anything hidden or deceptive. You want the truth to come out or misunderstandings to be cleared. You want an end to secrecy or avoidance or emotional walking on eggshells. Or you want accountability either from others or yourself. You want a sense of integrity in things. There's a sense of integrity. That's what you want. You want a sense of integrity, and you want things to be handled openly and fairly. This is telling me that you are tired of carrying too much, and you want things to be real and straightforward again, even if that truth is uncomfortable. Your soul level desire is to drop the masks, stop the strain of managing everything, and return to a situation where trust and transparency exist again. I take great care of what I value. Maybe you don't feel that way because it came out reversed. And then your self-image card, how you see yourself, is the Nine of Pentacles, and it came out upright. I take the time I need to nurture myself is the message on the card. So how you see yourself, Virgo energy, being rewarded for your efforts, success, achievement, independence, leisure, accomplishment, maturity, material security, enjoying the fruits of your labor, rewards, material gain, self-control, contentment, rewards through hard work, financial independence, self-sufficiency, a sense of achievement. This is also a card of pregnancy, birth, freedom, a windfall. So yeah, you see yourself as independent, capable, and self-sufficient. You see yourself as someone who can handle things on their own, someone who values control over their environment and stability. You see yourself as someone who takes pride in what they've built or maintained. You see yourself as composed even when things feel heavy underneath. This card is telling me you're trying to stay strong, responsible, and self-reliant even while carrying too much. You see yourself as someone who doesn't need to rely on others. But this reading as a whole suggests that this strong independence may be part of why you're feeling overwhelmed and under-supported right now. And then your environment card, or how others see you and your situation, is the Four of Cups. This card is represented by Cancer in the zodiac. So this card is about dissatisfaction, melancholy, feeling disconnected, discontent, boredom, regret, missed opportunities, refusing offers, depression, stagnation, remorse. It's telling you to meditate, questioning yourself, daydreaming, fantasizing. It's a card of apathy, focusing on the negative. So for your 8th card, the Four of Cups, I listen to my heart and follow my knowing is the message on the card. This card suggests that others see you as withdrawn, disengaged, or someone who's emotionally hard to reach right now. People might see you as uninterested in offers of help or connection. Maybe they see you as lost in thought or preoccupied with your own inner world, or emotionally dissatisfied or checked out. Maybe they see you as not fully seeing or responding to what's being offered around you. Libra, this card is telling me you're carrying a lot internally while trying to stay composed. And this can make you seem distant or unavailable to others. So while you may be overwhelmed and self-contained, others may not realize how much you're actually carrying because you're not openly expressing it or receiving support. And then your hopes and fears is the Ace of Swords. The message is, I am ready for a breakthrough to success. Aces represent beginnings. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So this is a card of clear thinking, new ideas, success again, justice, hope, victory, going in a new direction. It's a card of strength again, authority again. When I say again, just Spirit's repeating the messages. Justice again, making the correct decision, force, focus, truth again, having principles, beginnings and endings, having mental clarity. So this card, you want a clear understanding of your situation. You want honest communication. That's what you hope for. You hope for mental clarity. You want a decisive cut through the confusion moment. You're hoping for truth that brings resolution and allows you to move forward with confidence. But as a fear, you may fear what the truth will reveal, because the Ace of Swords can bring sharp realizations or difficult conversations or endings that come from honesty. So this card is telling me that there may be anxiety about confrontation or mental overwhelm or having to make a firm, irreversible decision. So you're caught between wanting clarity and honesty and fearing the impact that absolute truth might have on your emotional stability and relationships. You're ready for the truth, but you're also cautious about the consequences of seeing it too clearly or having to act on it. And then your last card is the Nine of Cups. I trust in the flow of life is the message on the card. So the Nine of Cups represents the outcome if all is to remain as is, your future, Pisces energy. So this card is all about achievements again, rewards again, success again, abundance is coming up again, hopes realized coming out again, acclaim, contentment, gratitude, satisfaction, luxury, pampering, achievements, high self-esteem, confidence, celebrating. For some of you, it could be a childbirth. You're realizing your dreams. It's cheerfulness, it's joy, fulfillment, optimism. So your outcome shows you ultimately want emotional satisfaction and relief and a sense of personal fulfillment. You're hoping for things to finally feel okay again emotionally. You're hoping for a return to comfort, peace, and inner contentment. You hope your wishes will be fulfilled, or you hope a situation will resolve in a satisfying way. This card is about having a sense of you can finally relax now after carrying so much weight. This card stands out as a strong contrast to a few of the other cards. It's telling me that you're not just trying to fix practical issues, you're deeply wanting emotional relief and stability again. After burnout, instability, and emotional strain, your desired future is to feel satisfied, at peace, and no longer overwhelmed by what you're carrying. And then the overall advice card is the Ten of Pentacles reverse. I celebrate everything I achieve is a message on the card. But you might not be doing that at this time, right? Because it came out reversed. So the Ten of Pentacles, as the overall advice card, is a clear message about redefining what security and success mean right now. So where you're overloaded, emotionally unsettled, and lacking stability, this card suggests that what you've been building toward may not be as solid or sustainable or supportive as it appears. So maybe question outdated foundations like family expectations or long-term plans, or how this is how it's supposed to be thinking, because it may be adding some pressure to you rather than stability. Don't chase external validation of success either. Money, status, or appearances of stability. They're not resolving the real emotional burnout here. And this card is also telling me that you need to break away from inherited pressure, like family patterns or obligations or responsibilities that feel heavy or limiting, and rebuild security in a healthier way. True stability now comes from simplicity or emotional honesty and support, not overextending yourself or carrying everything alone. So you're overburdened while trying to maintain a version of stability that may no longer fit with you. That's what this card is essentially saying. What you think you should be holding together might be what's draining you the most. Let go of rigid ideas of success or responsibility that are costing emotional well-being. Rebuild stability in a way that actually supports balance, not burnout. You're overburdened. You're lacking stability. You're seeking the truth and emotional relief. but you're needing release and balance too. So that is your message, Libra. Thank you for letting me channel these messages today. I'm sending you lots of love and strength. Take good care. Bye.